Welcome to another instruction video for the Planet Dance freeware that's made available by Jean Kremers from the Netherlands. In this video I'd like to introduce you to the module called Medieval Traditional Chart. You can find the module in the horoscope menu, Medieval Traditional Chart. Click on that and that will bring up the main window of the traditional medieval chart script. Once again, we'll use William Burroughs's natal chart for the session, and you can see that the main window displays the natal chart of William Burroughs in this traditional square format. Each house is defined by a triangle, and in this case this is the first house here, with this line representing the cusp of the first house or the ascendant. The house number, the house sign and the degree of the cusp is here. In this case we're using porphyry cusps. You can work around the chart, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, eighth and so on. Within each house you'll find the position of the planets. So we have in Burroughs's 12th house, Jupiter at 3 degrees of Aquarius, just on the porphyry cusp, Venus at 14 Aquarius, Sun at 15 Aquarius and Mercury at 24 Aquarius. You can read the rest of the planets from the chart. In the center of the chart we have some basic information, Burroughs's name, the day ruler, the hour ruler, whether the chart is diurnal or nocturnal, the house type, the planetary day, in this case Thursday, and whether you're using sect-based triplicity rulers or an alternative that I'll show you in a minute, and whether you're using the Egyptian bounds. The bottom line in the square format chart shows the direction of planets, and in this case you can see Mercury is direct, Venus is direct, Mars is retrograde, Jupiter direct, and Saturn is stationary. Across the top of the chart you have the menu bar. You have a range of options to choose from here. You can choose the bounds, variations that you prefer, Egyptian, Ptolemaic or Lilly's variation on Ptolemaic bounds, the method of calculation for the day ruler, method of calculation for the triplicity ruler, some display options that I'll return to, a range of data screens and a detailed analysis which gives a score for each planet using a range of astrological factors. And lastly, as ever, the help menu, which provides some background information for using this module. Let's go back to the display options module. In this case you can see that the circular chart is not chosen, hence the chart display is in the traditional square format. However, if you click circular chart, the chart will be redrawn in a more conventional, at least to modernize, circular format. And you have the zodiac, you have the bounds, and you have the decans or faces in these outer rings. Planetary positions are shown in the relevant houses, and you can see the 12th house here in the circular format, Jupiter close to the cusp, Venus, Sun, Mercury, and then the cusp of the first house, the ascendant. You have a smaller range of information in the center of chart because the space doesn't allow for the full information, but you have the planetary day ruler, the planetary hour ruler, and the planetary day, which in Burroughs' case was a Thursday. You can show additional points, and these are some of the lots that you can show. The prenatal lunation, the lots here is part of high leg, fortune and spirit. To find out more about the lots, you can go here, the calculation method and so on. This lot here is the part of faith. You can also show the antissa in the center of the wheel. So this is the position of the planets reflected in the Cancer Capricorn axis. And you can show a range of fixed star positions around the outside of the wheel. These last two options are not available with the square chart format. To switch back to the square chart format, hit circular chart, and you'll see the fixed stars and the antissa are not shown. You also lose the bounds wheel and the face wheel. If you go to the data menu, you can choose from a range of small screens that give you additional information. So for example, dignities and debilities gives you a simple table of dignities. You can see the Sun is ruled by Saturn. It's in the triplicity of Saturn. It's in the bounds of Jupiter. It's in the face of bounds of Jupiter, the face of Mercury, and it's in its detriment, being opposite the sign of its rulership of Leo. In this case, the Sun is peregrine, meaning it has no essential dignity. You can list mutual receptions. Mercury is in the sign Aquarius, ruled by Saturn, and in Burroughs' case, Saturn is in the sign of Gemini, ruled by Mercury. You can look at these various options. The planetary phases will tell you information about the motion of the planets and their visibility. And you have various listings, including house analysis, which shows you the ruler of the house and the house in which the ruler lies. So for example, the first house is Aquarius, is situated in Aquarius, and it's ruled by Saturn, which is in the fourth house, and in fact on the cusp of the fourth house. There's a listing of fixed stars, and including close conjunctions to the fixed stars. So you can see from the chart that the Moon and Saturn here on the IC are closely conjunct the fixed star of Aldebaran, using the longitude of that fixed star at the date of Burroughs' birth. And there's a small screen of miscellaneous data, which gives you the position of various factors: the joy of the planet, proper face, haze, whether the planet has any or lacks any condition due to haze, and whether there are any planets in dystoria. Finally, there is a screen which gives you a listing of or an analysis of the strength of the planets according to various factors I'll do a separate video on this, and you'll be able to hear about how this scoring system is derived. But you can see that in many cases Burrows as planets don't have high scores. In fact, a lot of them are negative, and that's primarily because there's a lack of dignity in the chart. But some other factors, such as planets being combust or under sun's beams, also contribute to a sense that the planets themselves don't have a great degree of strength in Burrows' chart. Thank you for listening.